Okay. Okay. So yeah, the virtual tech challenge program, and some items we're going to talk about is about the program which I've covered. I'll talk about the program timeline. I'll share thoughts around the curriculum, the delivery method, the sets of assessment and evaluations, the frequently asked questions, and the next steps. So I'm just going to try and rush this because I believe that there will be going to be quite some questions around how to set up your account on the training platform. So yeah, I've done this already. For the timeline, the program is going to take a period. It's going to take a period of 3 months. I still have some people joining. It's going to take a period of 3 months. And within the 3 month period, you're going to be introduced to the basics of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And there will be, the program started running from the 13th of April and will end on the 13th of July, 2022. The delivery method is going to be fully online. It's going to be a virtual, process. And there's going to also be um, mentors, assigned to you. So it's going to be a structured learning, right? It's going to be also be instructor led. As much as you're going to have like a self-paced learning process on a platform called TechCampus, we're going to tell you about that. There's also going to now be, and it's going to be an instructor led session 3 times a week. So a schedule will be shared across, for everyone to look through and know when the classes, the time starts for each of the instructor-led classes. There will be also weekly check-ins, and it's advisable that do not miss the weekly check-ins. It should be, so it's to, form, part of your attendance for the period of 3 months. On completion of the learning phase, and also in the process, there will be some sort of assessment and evaluation. You're going to be assessed on two categories. First is actually a module assessment, and then the next is the program assessment. So for the module assessment, you're going to have like a bit of task, on the learning platform, from HTML to CSS to JavaScript. And for the programmer's assessment, it's going to constitute, mainly maybe the catch-up calls with the mentors, with the peer-to-peer, the pairing that you're going to have because everyone's going to be into groups. There's going to be some sort of pairing, and yeah, I think those are the two major things, that you have to, be aware of. So we're going to explore a few frequently asked questions, and then we'll talk about the curriculum. So one of the questions we keep getting is, do I need a laptop for the period of the virtual training? The first thing is that I keep telling people, while a laptop is going to make your work very easy, or it's going to make your work easier, I've seen people that are dedicated with their smartphones and then still make the whole learning process interesting for themselves. So if you do not have a laptop, you can still make use of your smartphone, but the reality is that it's going to be stressful. Initially, I wouldn't have advised you, but I know that I've seen people do it and they are successful. It's going to be stressful, no doubt, but it will be worth it. How will the program run? I've said the program is going to be a virtual program. It's going to be self-paced and instructor-led. Are there incentives for top performers? So, like I shared in the last two calls we had, it would be great, to motivate people through incentives. So it'd be best like to be amongst the top performing, um, for top performing learners, from the module assessment and the program assessment. What happens when we complete the 3 months program? So, like I've also shared, the 3 months virtual program is going to be where we're going to make a selection for those that will proceed to the physical training program or the physical phase. And like I said, for the physical phase, there are quite some incentives that the learners get to learn, right? To get to have. First thing is around the provision of personal laptops to be used only at the hub. Second thing is around incentives, stipends, right, and also lunch. So you're not going to be worrying about so many things. All you have to do is just come around, sit and learn. Would we be giving certificates after the completion of the program? So yes, I would say yes because I think in this part of our world, right, certificates sort of put us on on sort of on the map. Um, for those of you that will judiciously complete the program on the platform, we'll be willing to give you a certificate of completion, which you can also present, for maybe the next step of your journey. Can we invite our friends? Okay, so I'm not sure you can invite your friends to the program now because we have started. What are the perks of the physical training? Like I said, they enjoy, personal laptops, at the to use only at the hubs. At the hub, I mean, there's a transportation stipend, little stipend, and then I think lunch. Yeah, no, I don't think I know lunch. They give out lunch there, and yeah, they also get to enjoy the opportunity to meet industry game players. Like just yesterday, we had Inyi Aboyeji. Inyi was the co-founder of Flutterwave. He was also one of the early founders of um, um, what's it called? Andela, yeah. He does quite some things, within the ecosystem, and he was around, to motivate them, have, and also take a few pictures of them. So all of this is going to form, the growth phase of all of the learners. And tomorrow, like, they can actually look back and, be able to quantify how much they have grown. Are there direct placement to organizations on completion? So just like we had them in here yesterday, we've also had, like, interesting people from the likes of Dangote, from I think was this Skybank the last time, and a few other, large corporations come around to motivate the students to put in the work, because there is, somewhat of placements available if they have the right skill. So I think this is just the best, pathway, to be employable. If you don't want to work for someone, you can actually, translate the learnings from your 6 month period into maybe solving a problem within your community or your country or the environment. So yeah, these are, example, frequently asked questions. I will take more if you have in the just put it in the comments. I will just read through and provide responses. Um, so this is like, a bit of heads up on the curriculum with some learning objectives, on the side. This is for CSS and this is for JavaScript. So we're going to share the curriculum and the schedule to you that you're going to use, alongside your facilitator, your virtual facilitator. So what will be the next steps? Like, we've actually put out a lot of, information on our social media platforms. One especially is on Twitter. So if you don't have a Twitter account as a developer, I don't know, right? But most of the opportunities people get to have in the tech ecosystem comes even from connections on Twitter. I know LinkedIn has its place, but on Twitter you're going to find like minds within the ecosystem that can motivate you, and also where you can also, get heads up, directly on opportunities. So I would advise that you follow us on Twitter, and yeah, we'll take it up from there. So um, I'm also going to share a Google form, right? For everyone that has joined the onboarding call, they filled an attend somewhat of an attendance form for joining the onboarding call. So remember, I said you were going to be evaluated module wise and program wise. So I would advise that you feel, you put turning that your, attendance for joining the onboarding call on that on the Google form I'm going to share with you, and we'll take it up from there. So after this, I'm going to be taking questions from the chat, and yeah. So our Twitter handle is Join Tech Campus. So you find us on Twitter, at Join Tech Campus. What else? The time for the class when will it be announced? So all this information will be shared on Slack. When will the pair pairing begin? So what we are doing currently now is, if you um, yeah, I'll say good. Just keep dropping your questions. So first thing, there's a Tech Campus platform. You have to go, sign in on that platform. Please, and while you're signing in, either you sign in with Slack or with the email you registered for the program. I'm going to do a walkthrough on how to sign up on that platform. And yeah, so the peer-to-peer learning, yeah. So we have a grouping on the Tech Campus platform. So it's going to be based on that grouping. We have quite some numbers. We have over 1,200 that we're going to group, and the group is going to be made up of about 50 students. So it's quite a lot, to put together. So currently we've actually grouped in about 500 students, and I think before the end of the day we should be done with the other grouping of the 500 students. So while when that is done, we will share, well, like information is going to be shared on the Slack channel. And please, I will advise that there are some questions that have been answered, right? I will advise that you learn to on the Slack channel, always scroll to the top, read conversations, engage with conversations, ask questions, not in private DMs, ask this on the group. I will either respond or my colleagues are going, one of us is actually going to respond to your question. Or it could even be a fellow learner that's going to respond to your question because they already know the responses to it. And please ensure to always check the pinned charts. So there's some information you don't even need to come to my DM to ask me. Just read through the pinned chart. You're going to see everything that's going to get you started on the platform. Will the classes be virtual or will it just be, or we'll just use the outline? So the outline is going to make it self-paced for you. There's going to be a schedule that you're going to have an instructor. So there's going to be an instructor-led session as well. So it's your responsibility to go to the self-paced platform to go learn, and then join the virtual session. The instructor will put you through, and you provide responses. If you have challenges, it's going to respond to all of that. Sorry, I haven't been grouped. Yeah, yeah, you haven't been grouped. No issues. It's quite enough. A lot, over 8,002, or even 300 that we're grouping together in a group of 50. Imagine how many groups we're going to have for that. All of you, you will know when we're done with that. When do the courses appear on the Tech Campus platform? So yeah, the courses. If you can't find the courses, it means that your group has not been added to the program, to the module. To the module. So all of this will be done, before the end of today or by tomorrow. But still, just please hang on. Like it's quite a lot. It's quite overwhelming to do, over 1,002 or 300 people, into a small group of 50. Because understand how learning can be for individuals. Um, the classes will be virtual, self-paced, and then there will be an instructor-led, sessions available to you. I think that's quite all. So I will run you through the Tech Campus platform. How do you know all of this information will be shared? You're going to see a publication that says, okay, this is groupings for all of you. So you're going to see yourself, in a group. You're going to see, also the group that you belong to. So I'm going to stop sharing my this slide, and let me just share um, my the Tech Campus. So I'm going to show you how you can get started on the Tech Campus platform. So first off, let me confirm that my screen is showing. Okay, so I will just log out. So when you go to this link, I'm going to drop it in the chat. My.techcampus.africa, right? You're going to be shown this page, right? And you have an option to continue with Slack or to continue with email. Why do we still have more people joining by this time? We said the call was 11. So we're going to have continue with Slack or continue with email. So you have to. I will advise you continue with Slack because continue with Slack means that you are sure that it's the email you registered for the program that's going to grant you access to the Tech Campus platform. So you continue with Slack, and then it will tell you to authorize, show you a page to authorize the connection. You can see this Tech Campus Africa is requesting permission to access the workspace that you belong to. So if you are shown a page that tells you to enter the workspace name. I've put in the workspace name you're supposed to enter. You're going to enter this workspace name that I've put in the chart. Please check the charts. You enter this workspace name. If you don't get to see this page that tells you to request for permission and you click allow, please, it will tell you to enter the workspace name. I would advise that you just put in the workspace name that I've put in the chat, and it should be able to take you to this page that you're seeing on my screen. When that is done, you click allow, and once it has authenticated or authorized, it's going to now take you to your um, the platform, right? Still taking them, right? So yeah. So when that is done, if you are added to a group, now watch my word. If you're added to a group, you're going to see this software engineering module on this left part of your screen. You're going to see, you might not see everything on my screen on your screen, but you're going to see this software engineering on the left part of your screen. So once you can see that, it means that you can now click on it, to begin learning. If you can't see that, always ping me in not private chat, but then there will be a thread. If you scroll up, there will be a thread like I said. If you have not been added, if you can't find the module on your word dashboard, please, signify it. Look through the pin chart. You're going to see signify there. I'll go there and sort it out, for you. So you're going to see all of this, and then you can get started with learning. The picture on HTML module for the image tag is not downloadable. Um, let's see. There's a download button somewhere here. I don't know. Which of the images are you talking of? So you can find a download button. You can see a download button somewhere at the top, right? You can see a download button somewhere at the top. You can see the download button. Um, this same one, I downloaded it. Okay, let's see. Okay, well, you can just right click and save the image as. I think that solves all of those things. So I just save it as this, and I think I should be fine, right? But I just okay, Raymond, I just right click and save the image. So I think maybe you should try again. I think you should try again. So I think that's pretty much all. That's pretty much all. I'll stop sharing my screen right now, and I appreciate you all for the patience. I know that we are going to pull through this together. If you have questions, please always drop in the chat. I'll be pretty much very ready available to respond to it. And all of that. Raji Michael, I'm not sure I understand your question. Please, what should we put? Is it asking you for the workspace name? If it is asking you for the workspace name, yeah, put this. I just replied you. Put this. Okay, good. Put that. Put what I just sent to you. So yeah, thank you everyone. This is 10:30, 11:31. Cheers and do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.